What's up, people? Welcome to another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal podcast from two guys who are really there. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the Notorious TIM. Tim Anderson Jr., how's it going?
Great. Feeling great.
All right, you're feeling good. I'm feeling good. We're all feeling good. The weather's going to be 70-something tomorrow. Now that we got the old guy shit out of the way, what are we doing this week? Well, this week, we're continuing our series on influential record labels. Not necessarily new metal. I would argue, in fact, not at all new metal. But we're going to talk about the record labels that influenced Tim and I and the stuff that actually came after new metal on the tail end of the new. We've done an episode so far on Trustkill, and we've done another episode on who else do we do besides Trustkill? Victory Records. Oh, how could I forget Victory Records? Tony Victory, shout out, but not really. So what are we doing this week? This week we're doing the other New Jersey record label that was prolific and highly influential to everything you're listening to now. West Windsor's own Carl Severson and Ferret Music. Tim, what was your first experience with Ferret Records?
Ooh,
do you remember?
Every Time I Die, I think. But I'm probably wrong. Did Burial Plot come out on Ferret?
No. Burial Plot didn't come out on Ferret. Last Night in Town came out on Ferret.
Yeah, but I think I you know what? Probably 12 Tribes, maybe.
Okay.
I can't really remember, but yeah, 12 Tribes probably. Shit like that.
Okay.
Who else was on there? Nora, of course.
So, don't get ahead of us. So, 12 Tribes was your first experience. The first actual Ferret Records album that I owned that I didn't even realize was Ferret at the time was the Petitioning the Empty Sky CD. That was the first one. And then after that, we'll get into it as we go. So, this record label, I believe it starts in 1996. I believe that's when they first started doing their releases. And again, this was not a partner of Trustkill, but they were contemporaries, and they were actually the Trustkill competition. Much like Trustkill in 2006, they were bought by the Warner Music Group, and then they left Carl and his co-owner leave to find Good Fight in 2010. And I think that basically ends up with Ferret. The Ferret catalog is now owned by Warner Music, but their label itself is no more.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong label, but didn't Chris from Attila buy, or was that
he bought Eulogy?
Eulogy, that's right.
Which is Until the End, the first Bury Your Dead album, where Fear and Weapons meet.
Yeah. I knew he bought one of them, and people were like bitching, like, dude, put this fucking record on streaming.
Yeah, seriously, you big vagine, put it on fucking streaming. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Like, a lot of people hate that dude. I would love to talk to him. You know why? Because A, I don't hate his music. I think some of it's actually kind of hard, like really heavy and good. Two, I would love to talk about that show he was on, that MTV show. It was like Making a Band thing or whatever it was. Three, the dude's made a shitload of money, so he knows what the fuck he's doing.
Right. He obviously knows what he's doing. So it would be an interesting conversation. Franz, if you're listening, come on the show.
Yeah, I would love to talk to that dude. I mean, I don't go by other people's standards. You might hate him, but I don't. So go fuck yourself.
Yeah. All right. So let's start with Ferret. So Ferret starts off in 96. Their first handful of releases are the Endeavor LP Dry, right? Mike Oleander from Burnt by the Sun.
Yep.
We have Converge. They do the EP and then the LP of Petitioning the Empty Sky,
which is fucking great.
Oh, The Saddest Day is a monster song. Union, do you remember Union, Tim?
Yes.
I don't. What were they, hardcore?
Yep.
Don't remember that one at all. Union, and the last release they did in 96 was Harvest, Worn Through the Layer of Separation.
I fucking love Harvest. One of the bands that nobody talks about is Harvest. But dude, their last two records are really fucking good, man. I don't know if they were on Ferret. I can't remember, but dude, their This Is Hardcore set was so good.
Living with
18, I think.
So I will tell you this: Worn Through the Layer of Separation was Ferret. Living with a God Complex, Trustkill.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
And then they did Years of Defiance, Years of Disgust. There were a couple of comps they were on. So yeah, they ended up.
God Complex is a fucking great record, man.
I haven't listened to that in years. I got to dust it off. So
Speaking of dusting stuff off, did you dust any of that Salt Lake shit off we were talking about?
Yeah. Well, I like a lot of that stuff. I mean, all that contemporary shit. I mean, it was aggressive, it was obnoxious, it was ignorant. I'm big fan, big
Yeah,
fan.
big fan.
So after so this is 96. So this is Korn has come out. This is Ozfest 96 is the first Ozfest that's not touring, but you can tell that, Ferret is operating in the time of new metal. 97 is where they start picking up pace. And again, these two dudes, him and Josh from Trustkill, are still in college. 97 sees them release Disembodied Diablerie.
Oh, yeah.
Another Torn Apart 7-inch, actually two Torn Aparts. Union again. And I think that was it.
Okay. There you go. My first band for Ferret, Torn Apart. I fucking love Torn Apart. One of the best bands from Maryland area. A sorely underrated band. Every record they've done is fucking so good. I think that that's a band people listening you should really go check out, especially their last record. Has a lot of good vibes on it where you could, if you're into Every Time I Die, you could probably get into them. Really good stuff. But the first EP is amazing. I have to listen to them now. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
There you go. Start the list. So now we're hitting, that was 97. So now we're going into 98. And again, I think Carl's still in college at this point because there was only a couple of releases. Excuse me. All right. So in 98, we have If God Only Knew the Rest Were Dead. So the final EP from Disembodied. We have For the Love Of, Feasting on the Will of Humanity, New Jersey Stalwarts, Get Out the Fucking Anvil.
Which is a fucking masterpiece.
We also have, lastly, we have the split between Nora, which was Carl's band, and the Dillinger Escape Plan.
Oh, yeah.
Two New Jersey bands putting it together. So 98, and this isn't them hitting stride yet. I think the next couple of years is where things really, really, really start to pick up. So and we go into 99. So in 99, we have All Chrome from Massachusetts.
I don't remember them.
Flounders, Flyers, College, and Canada. Okay. It was a 7-inch. Torn Apart, 10 Songs for the Bleeding Hearts.
That's the record people should check out.
We have Nora, the EP, Kill You for $1. Torn Apart again with an EP, the 59th session.
Another really good one.
Inconsequence from For the Love Of. So this is the one that everybody recognizes. It's the piece of paper with the bloody handprint on it.
Yep.
Stretch Armstrong, Rituals of Life.
Good record.
Then we have another comp. What I guess this is a comp. This or a split. This is X number 5 in the Low End Theory.
Yeah, the Low End Theory was fuck. Dude, we were just talking about them the other day with somebody. We were just talking about that at Pantera the other day.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, your buddy from Relapse was talking about them.
It was shout out to Jay. Yeah, I don't remember. I wasn't part of that conversation.
I think you were. You were just not listening.
Or I was either that or I was hammered because that night I was hungover as shit on Thursday. And then there was a comp. So then we go into, so this is 99, right? So this is Ozfest is full swing, new metal is full swing. And now we're starting to see the bands that actually will plant seeds for what comes, or from what is next to come. We start off with, let's see here. We have Inconsequence by For the Love Of.
Oh, yeah.
We're still in 99. I Dwell on Thoughts of You by Blood Has Been Shed. This was their original EP. Howard from Killswitch Engage. This is, I think this was Slim from Bury Your Dead, right? Yep.
Yes.
And there was a couple other people. I think Joe Kruko was in this for a hot second. He was the original singer from Bury Your Dead. This was the EP. I think they really pick up when they get to the full lengths, but still not a bad listen.
No, that's a band that a lot of people wish would play a show. That's a good This Is Hardcore show right there.
Yes, that would be a really good This Is Hardcore reunion set because they play that chaotic fucking yeah. I actually went
imagine hearing some of them songs from Spirals.
I actually went back and listened to that album the other day, and I was like, man, I forgot how good this is.
Devastatingly heavy.
I forgot how good this is. So now let's hit 2000. Now we're only 5 or 6 albums, but each one of these, I would argue, is probably highly influential. First off, you have Sky Came Falling with 1021.
One of my favorite records ever.
Next, you have Killswitch Engage with the self-titled. So this is Temple. It opens with Temple from Within.
Oh yeah,
Vita
yeah, that yeah, yeah.
Infra.
Every time I hear self-titled, I think of the trash one they put out a long time after that. But I
No, I didn't
love the
think that was bad. What
self-titled
are you
one.
talking? Wait a minute, time out, time out. What do you mean the trash when they put out not long after that?
There's another self-titled they put out that's
Oh
fucking
yeah, was it
horrible.
2009?
It's horrible.
Yeah, that was hot garbage. But I will say this: the Disarm the Descent, the comeback record, was
Amazing.
fucking awesome. But the
Yeah,
one after that
great.
was just the one after that was a steaming pile. But so this is the original Killswitch Engage. This is when I saw them at WSOU. This is what they were playing off of. This is the one that got them signed to Roadrunner. The last release, man, this is a pair up. This is a split in 2000. This is a split between Burnt by the Sun
Mm.
and Luddite Clone. Do you remember Luddite Clone, Tim?
Yes, yeah, they were very chaotic as well.
Yes, yes. Same, definitely the same vein as Burnt by the Sun.
Yep,
So it makes total sense. And they were from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Shout out Bridgewater.
yeah.
Shout out Jay in the Bayway, who's not too far from there.
Remember the dickhead on New Metal Reddit that said "Burnt by the Sun" was a new metal band? A
I mean,
dickhead.
somebody actually did ask if Gorilla Biscuits was new metal, and I was like, yeah, now I've seen everything. Shout out to Jordan who called me out on it on Facebook. Okay, so now let's head over to 2001. It's the new century, right? It's a new century. We've got Novella of Uriel by Blood Has Been Shed.
Mm.
Man, these first five. Here we go. Novella of Uriel, F21, F23, The Human Condition in 12 Fractions,
Amazing
Martyr
record.
AD, F27, Last Night in Town, by Every
Amazing
Time I
record.
Die. I have three words, Logic of Crocodiles.
Yes.
Too Bad You're Beautiful by From Autumn to Ashes.
Amazing record.
Which even if, I mean, I'm not a big fan of Andy Dick, the singing drummer, but they toured with everybody and they put on a good show.
Yeah, that record's incredible.
And then we have To Forever Embrace the Sun, F29. This is a Sky Came Falling EP.
Yes, and that is an amazing EP, amazing band. I fucking love everything they've done.
I will also say that the last release that they did in 2001 is Boys Night Out. You remember them, Tim?
Yeah,
You Are My Canvas.
yeah, good record.
Yeah, it's actually really not a bad record at all. So now let's
Very
go.
catchy.
So now we're at 2001. New metal has in fact peaked. At this point, Hot Dog, Chocolate Starfish has come out. We're on the way down, folks. But what's coming out behind that? Okay, so first we have Signal to Noise by The Rise, which is a terribly underrated, chaotic, more of an electronic hardcore punk band.
Yep.
That song that they did at the Hellfest DVD is great. That album is actually a good listen.
It is good. I'm gonna have
I
to listen
suggest
to that
anybody
again,
to
too.
go back. Signal to Noise by The Rise. I don't think you can find it on streaming, but your friends at SoulSeek will definitely have it. You'll probably pull it from my machine.
Yeah.
Next, we have a shout out to Mean Pete, Rest in Power. She Looks So Good in Red, the first full length by Remember Never.
I can't say enough good things about that record. It's just that good.
Big Jim's Mistake.
Yes.
That's all I will say. Next we have And Don't Forget to Breathe by Ecstatic Lullaby. Tim, not a great album, but there's a couple fucking bangers.
Yeah, I actually disagree with you. I think that is a ridiculously good record, and the record after that was great as well.
It didn't resonate with me. But there were a couple of amazing songs on this album. A couple of really amazing. Then in 2000, now we're over to 2003. Man, that was 2003 already. So Static Lullaby is 2003. You know what? I did skip over 2002. Suicide Note.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're not looking
Okay.
so good. So they were Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They did split with Breathe or Resist. They did some stuff on Hawthorne Street.
Yeah, another hardcore band.
So now let's go to 2003. We've already done Static Lullaby. The Sky Came Falling EP.
Was it the 2-song EP? What's it called?
Sky Came Falling.
Yeah, it's a 2-song EP. They lost a couple members at that point, and they tried to go in a little different direction where they had some singing in it. And I think the 2 tracks are great. I had the drummer on Ill Street. Really nice dude, and he was telling me about all that stuff, and they basically fizzled after that. But great band, man. 1021 is a fucking amazing record.
In the same vein, Tim, do you remember a band Red Roses for a Blue Lady?
Fucking right, I do.
They were a Florida emo band, right? Same vein as From Autumn to Ashes, yes?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
you know who is the drummer of Sky King Falling?
What's his name?
Yeah,
He's
from
in Sam Hoyos'
yeah,
is it Brian? Brian Langan?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Brian
Not
was
Brian.
in was in Trip Face.
Yeah. It's the other guy who's on all the time.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. If you're listening, my bad, buddy. I forget his name, but yeah.
We've been drinking and he's probably not listening. Okay. Okay, so coming up, Sky Came Falling, Tim, we got a Murderer's Row coming up. F-35 is Something to Lust About, the original EP from the band Scarlet. You remember them? Who were pretty fucking fun to see live.
Members of Spitfire.
Yeah, they were fun live. And after that, we have Spirals by Blood Has Been Shed.
Amazing record.
We have the best Every Time I Die album, Hot Damn.
Great record.
The Bronx, self-titled.
I can get into it.
Yeah, not really. I think Boys Night Out, Make Yourself Sick.
Yep, good record.
And then back to back, we have 7 Ways to Scream Your Name, and then Casually Dressed and in Deep in Conversation by Funeral for a Friend.
I love
that
Funeral
EP
for a Friend.
and that first album were fantastic. The wife and I actually went and saw them at the TLA. It was Funeral for a Friend. Check this lineup out: Funeral for a Friend, Cave In, Every Time I Die. I think it was From Autumn to Ashes headlining.
It might have been, because I think I was at that show.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. After that, we have a bunch of home videos. We have some more Ferret music samplers. Blah 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 blah.
I'm waiting for you to name one of my favorite records ever.
Now we're out of 2003, and we're into 2004, and the first Ferret release of 2004 is "Women and Children Die First."
Good record, but not the one I'm thinking of.
I know where you're going. So again, back to back, we have Remembering Never, Women and Children Die First. We have Cult Classic, the full length by Scarlet.
Fucking love that record.
Then we've got Jesus. Look at this lineup. So then we have A Malice in the Magnum Heart.
Amazing.
Misery Signals, unbelievable. The Rebirth of Tragedy by 12 Tribes.
Amazing record.
Then we have The Funeral of God for Zayo, which is a sneaky, underrated album. Then there's something by The Break. Handbook for the Hopeless.
I don't remember them.
They were from New Jersey. They did an album on Ferret and 2 things on Doghouse, so probably forgettable. And then we have Too Sick to Dance by Suicide Note.
Okay.
Jesus. I mean, take a second to go back and look at that lineup. Back to back, Remember Never, Scarlet, Misery Signals, 12 Tribes, Zayo, Suicide Note.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking of it, dude, this label might have put out better stuff than Trustkill.
I would defend that.
Yeah.
I would definitely defend that. So, and at this point, we're in 2004, so nu metal is all but gone. You have your third wave stuff just kind of eking out. Ozfest 2004, if you'll recall, Tim and I have always said that this is when the world changes, and this is when metalcore becomes a thing, and then nu metal has just given up the ghost. So we have a whole bunch of reissues and all this sort of shit in 2004. Whole bunch. And then we go into 2005. We'll be wrapping it up soon because it goes downhill from here out real quick. 2005, we have Hours, which is Funeral for a Friend. We have Love, Hate, Hero.
I don't remember them.
Then we have Hunter by Life Once Lost.
There you go.
You have Boys Night Out, Trainwreck, Madball and Legacy. Okay, that's a hell of a pickup right there. And Every Time I Die, Gutter Phenomenon is 2005.
So, what's his name? Didn't come out on Ferret. That first A Life Once Lost Change record.
No, that was Radio Takeover.
Are you sure?
The fourth Plague Flies.
Not fourth Plague. The one after it. When they went Meshuggah.
Hunter.
No, Hunter was the second one. The first one was a great artist.
Open Your Mouth for the Speeches. Speechless is Loudnet.
Yeah, Loudnet. Yep.
And then it was A Great Artist, which was Death Wish.
Okay.
And then it was Ferret, and the ecstatic trance was Season of Mist.
Okay.
I remember ordering Open Your Mouth for the Speechless off of some MySpace page.
You ordered off a MySpace page?
Off of MySpace.
That's hilarious.
Jones
I
said
thought a great artist
no.
came out on Ferret.
No, they were Death Wish. And as much as I think Death Wish was cool, we should probably deep dive Death Wish, just go through their catalog. There was some gems in there. I have a feeling Death Wish is a lot like Southern Lord, where it's a very well-known, and I'm just speculating, anybody who's listening from Death Wish or Southern Lord, feel free to come on and argue with me. They're a label that gets their cachet from the artists that help found it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they know how to do good A&R and handle some of the bands that they sign. Which is terrible for the bands, right? I mean, look at how Jesus Piece ended on Southern Lord, right? It was a one and done. Nails was a one and done. I guess the labels just didn't know how to deal with it.
Or they didn't sell too well for them.
But I mean, those were two bands, Only Self, and then I forget the Nails album before the last one. Those were on the way. Those were two bands on the way up.
Yeah, true. I mean, This Is Hardcore sets were ridiculous.
Oh, the Nails sets were just fucking offensive. All right, so we ended with Gutter Phenomenon. So now we're still in 2005, and now I think we're done, dude. Because when we jump forward to 2008, we have Eternal Lord, Annotations of an Autopsy,
yeah,
Elysia,
ugh.
Knights of the Abyss.
This is all deathcore.
Lower Definition, Lygia, The Banner. There's a 36 Crazy Fist album in there.
Which record was that again? Is that
The Tide and Its Takers?
Amazing record. I love that band.
A Girl, a Gun, a Ghost. Any idea what they sound like at all?
No.
Ag. Post-hardcore. Oh my god. This was 2008, where everybody had swoop haircuts and terrible neon fucking merch. Yep. Knights of the Abyss, Lower Definition, Lygia, Misery Signals Controller, first album with Carl. And then
I'll save that for something else. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, hold that. And then we have Johnny Truant, The Irish Front, See You Next Tuesday, Heavy Low Low.
Yeah, so they went deathcore.
Foxy Shazam, Greeley Estates.
Oh.
The more I look, the more I'm like, oh my god, The Hotness.
Ugh.
Man, this is not getting better the further I go down this list.
Oh, so you're naming the SOAR artist, though, the SOAR artist.
What do you mean?
So Ferret also put out this stuff on a label they're called it's SOAR. If you go to the Wikipedia, you can see it.
Oh, really? What was that?
A Girl Gonna Ghost, Belie My Burial, Chaos Blood. These are all SOAR artists. Against the Flood.
Oh, well, they had Ferret naming conventions, so I just figured they were all
Armed
Ferret.
for Apocalypse. Yeah, all this shit. Drip Back, Eradication, Ingest It, Malevolence, the Breathing Process, Waking the Cadaver, all that kind of shit.
Jesus, Waking the Cadaver, sloppiest drum I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so Tim, if somebody has been listening to this and they're saying, okay, so what in Ferret should I go listen to? What are the 2 or 3 albums that you would tell somebody who's interested in Ferret Records to go back and check them out?
Diablair.
Okay. Disembodied.
Yes. Do Remembering Never.
Okay.
Do any of the Blood Has Been Shed stuff.
Okay.
Sky Came Falling. I think if you took them 4 right there, you could get a really good representation of it. And now that I think of it, out of the 3 labels we spoke about, I think this label from 98 to like 2005 probably put out the best batch of releases.
Yes. We didn't go far enough forward. We didn't go into 2006, but I will tell you this: the best Remembering Never record is probably God Save Us. I thought they were hitting on all cylinders on that one.
You know what is one of the best Remembering Never tracks is Incisions on the record after.
Women and Children Die First.
Yes.
Is that the one that starts with the sample from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's talking about fingers shoved to the back of your throat
Mm-hmm.
for a little sex appeal. Dude, god
And
damn it, man.
we have the hidden track on that album, which is Strength Beyond Strength from Pantera, which is
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
great.
Dude, fucking rest in peace to, him and all that. I really wish we could have got him on, and, I was lucky to talk to him, so.
Yeah, I'm definitely jealous of that. We could probably do an episode of just a Mean Pete discography. Walk through all the great music that he's done, because I guarantee you there's people watching, listening who maybe have checked out Remembering Never and never have listened to Bishop, or they've never listened to until the end, or they never checked out Ether Coven. Like that, Pete's got a lot of projects in there that were some really good stuff.
Yeah, gonna be sorely missed, man.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so you're saying Remembering Never. I'm saying if I had to give you 5 albums, it would be Every Time I Die's Hot Damn, which is a perfect album.
Yeah.
It would be Of Malice and the Magnum Heart. I would agree with Martyr AD. I would agree with Spirals. I would probably
you gotta throw Disembodied in there. Even the EP.
I wouldn't go with Disembodied. I was a bigger Martyr AD fan, but I think for my 5th pick, I might pick you know what? It might actually be The Funeral of God by Zayo, because that's one of those forgotten albums I think it's great. I'm trying to think, what else did they do? Well, they also did The Fear Is What Keeps Us Here. They did that on Ferret. That was a great album too. That was 2006. Awake was the one that I was like, this is not my thing.
Well, a band that puts out that many records usually has a clunker here and there.
Yeah, that's true. I'm trying to think, is that the Well-Intentioned Virus was another great one.
That is a good record.
Yeah, I mean, I love me some fucking Zayo. Now I got to go buy some Zayo merch. All right, people.
Is that the record that they put out like a fucking? They put it out with like a Nintendo cartridge or some shit?
No, that was Reformat Reboot. I've got mine around here somewhere. I have the floppy disk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had
a floppy disk.
There was a floppy disk. There was a Nintendo cartridge, and there was a couple other. Yeah, I had to buy it, dude. I had to buy it.
That's awesome.
I've got it around here somewhere.
So the music's actually on a floppy?
Yes.
How the fuck did they put all that on there? Don't they hold like 2 megabytes?
I don't know.
Okay. Who the fuck has a floppy drive?
That's the thing, right? Like, it's when I bought. I have a pitch shifter demo up here that comes on a mini ADAT. It's like nobody has a mini ADAT, but I've got it.
We're pulling out our Macs from '86.
Right, get that old keyboard that somebody dropped out the van and broke. All right, people. So check out Ferret Records. Check out Trustkill. Check out fucking Victory. Just because you like new metal doesn't mean you can't go into the history bin. And I'll tell you right now that some of the bands that are big now, they have reach and they have genetic material with some of the labels that we've just spoken of.
Well, before we go though, what are some other labels that people could check out too for good music? I think you would have to throw Equal Vision in there, Epitaph, Eulogy. I mean, all of them labels put out quality releases.
Yeah, everybody has a couple of good ones here and there. What was the was it good?
Death Wish, Good Fight.
Was it Goodfellow Records?
Goodfellow.
Is that the one I'm thinking of? Goodfellow.
They were more of like a European label, weren't they?
Well, they were the ones who did the Burial Plot Bidding War.
Okay.
Yes, it was Canada.
Gorgeous.
They did Bludgeon.
Oh,
they did Purity's Failure. They did the original Premonitions of War LP, A Perfect Murder. But I always think about, where is it? Is it them? Passion, The Fierce Urgency of Now from Philly. Shout out to Passion. If you guys are listening, please come on the show. I love that album. That album that's a great fucking record.
Yeah, you're right, man. I think I have a disc. I think I have a burnt disc of that somewhere. I got to get that off your SoulSeek.
They actually did a reunion show somewhere at Ortlieb's in Philly, and they actually went out and said that they used an old Hate 5-6 set of theirs to relearn some of the songs. You want to talk about a band that had very manic presence. And I mean, he doesn't breathe in the entire album. He just goes, 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 goes. It's fucking awesome.
Remember Pray for Rain?
Yep.
Another sick band.
I'm trying to think who else was on there. Intronaut was on there. That Cursed shows up as that Good Fight, but I think that was a joint because I don't think they put that out themselves. I thought Cursed was on Death Wish. Blessing the Hogs. Why does that sound familiar?
I couldn't tell you who the fuck that is.
I don't know. We got to check these guys out. I don't know. All right. Yeah, good fellow. There's
Light Force Records
there's some good
put out a lot of good shit.
Stuff. I will say this, they're their newer stuff holds its own, but the original Closed Casket stuff.
Yeah.
So the original Recon EP, the original Death Blow album, from North Carolina. There were some band labels back then that who was
Tribunal?
What was the Straight Edge? The Straight Edge label. They did they did Armed for Battle and all that.
I can't remember.
Hold on. I'm gonna find it right now.
Seventh
Dagger.
Seventh Dagger. There you go. Face Down Records.
Oh, Face Down was good, yeah. But if you go back to the original Closed Casket, this was Unholy. This was the Recon Graves EP. Torch Runner. The Network, the _ Network, Another Victim.
Ooh.
Jeez, there was a Harm's Way EP back then. But you know what doesn't show up is Death Blow. I'm really kind of upset about that. Unless I'm thinking of something else.
Fucking wasn't Creation's Crucifixion on one of them? Remember how fucking sick they were?
I do remember that band.
I remember hearing them when I was super young and being like, what the fuck is this?
You know what I'm getting confused with? Tragic Hero Records.
Oh, Tragic Hero, yeah.
That was a Skylit Drive. Yeah, that was Motionless in White in 2009. But yeah, Death Blow. That's the one I'm thinking of. That was 2000 and what year was that? 2006. Thicker Than Blood. Check that album out, people. It's a great listen.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Tim, we're going to take it home. Seventh Dagger, Armed for Battle, No Zodiac. Jesus. What else have we got here? This Present Darkness, In This Defiance, Tyrant, Bishop, The World We Knew. Yeah, this was all Rhinoceros. This was all Barcadia. This was, I won't say terrible, but this was highly aggressive, straight edge. Represent.
Yeah.
Right? You remember that band? X Represent
Yeah.
X. Ghost X Ship.
Ghost Ship. Yeah, didn't Mean Pete have something to do with that too?
I don't know. I know that X Represent is they're from Erie, PA.
Yeah, that's dudes from who's that band on Upstate? That dude Kyle, I think, was in that band.
Do you remember To This Day? They were on 1981 Records.
To This Day, no.
I gotta dig that out. That label only did 4 albums. They did To This Day, Suffocate Faster.
Oh yeah, I remember them.
The original Represent, and then Never Again.
Okay.
Man, we're really diving into the fucking archives here.
Oh, we could do an episode just on that shit.
Yeah, we really could. All right, let's get these people out of here. All right, so find us, New Breed _podcast in both Twitter and the Instagrams. newbreedpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook. Find us on r/new metal. Find us anywhere you can. Thanks for tuning in and listening. We'll see you next week. Cheers.